or she will do what I won't let you do. You've done a good job so far, but now it's time for you to encourage somebody else. I believe Job understood what it meant to be encouraged and to encourage somebody else. Job, in the midst of his infirmity, Job, when he had lost his family, Job, when he lost his riches, Job, when he lost everything he had, sit down in sackcloth and ashes. His friends talked about it. His wife told him, curse God and die. Job needed somebody to encourage him. But instead of getting bitter, Job told his friends in the 16th chapter of his book, verses 5 and 6, if it were me, I would encourage you. How many of us have Job's spirit? Talk about me as much as you please, but if it was me, I would encourage you. For I know what it feels like to have nobody on my side. I know what it's like to turn to the left and nobody is there. I know what it's like to get up in the morning and nobody speaks a positive word. But if it were me, since I know the word and the will of God, I know what Moses did. I will encourage you. Here's what happens when we encourage one another. Job said it will take away your grief. I suffer if I defend myself, and I suffer no less if I refuse to speak up. Now I got a revelation out of Job's message. Job said, if I don't say a thing when they don't encourage me, I'm still going to suffer. And if I try to defend myself and make you want to stay with me, I'm still going to suffer. So if you're going to suffer anyway, why don't you be encouraged, knowing that God will never leave nor forsake you? When you got the word inside of you and others are encouraging you and you're encouraging them, there still might come a zigzag in your life. Let's understand what Ziklag is. Ziklag was a country that sat to the east of the Dead Sea. It was a place of refuge for David and his dominions when he was running. But I don't care when you think you got it made. The Lord knows how to get your attention. David had his 600 chosen warriors. I'm telling you, David had men that knew how to fight. David had men that knew how to be his armor bearer. David had men that would go with him wherever he went. But while David was out defending the border of Ziklag, the devil slipped in and destroyed the city. I can see the merry men of David returning to their homeland, saying everything is going to be all right. After a while, well, they began to smell the sinew and the smoke billowing and say something is wrong. Before your problems hit you, you can smell something ain't right. But David and his army kept right on marching. And the Bible said David got to the city and he was greatly, he was perplexed. He looked around, nothing was standing. see their sons and couldn't find their daughters. Never said anything about these warriors missed their wife. But don't mess with my children. The Bible says when they couldn't find their children, they got upset. They wanted to kill David. I can see David now stealing away in the corner, in the secret place of his closet, saying, what shall I do? Lord, I've tried to do what I'm supposed to do. I know I broke away from your people. I know that I stopped seeking your counsel. But I'm here to encourage you today. You might fall away from God, but he'll never fall